You ever wonder why one marketing campaign can totally launch a business into the stratosphere, while another one, with maybe even the same budget, just completely crashes and burns? Well, the answer is almost never about the platform or the ad itself. Nope, it's all about what happens before a single dollar gets spent.
Oh man, if you've ever put your money and your hopes into a campaign only to get that sinking feeling of, well, nothing, you are definitely not alone. It's a super common, super frustrating experience. But here's the thing, it's not because marketing doesn't work. It's because something really important was missing from the start. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by figuring out why so many campaigns fail. Then, we'll build the solution from the ground up, starting with a solid foundation, drawing the blueprint, using the right tools, and finally turning all that insight into a winning strategy, one that acts like a real growth engine for your business.
Okay, let's dive right into the core problem. See, most failed campaigns have the exact same issue, but it's almost always misdiagnosed. It's not the tools that are broken, it's the whole approach.
This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got what happens way too often. People just rush to execution. They start running ads, sending emails, all based on pure guesswork. It's what you'd call spray and pray. But on the right, you see the complete opposite, a disciplined process that starts with deep understanding. And that leads to tailored messages and really efficient spending. The difference is just night and day.
This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. It's so easy to blame Facebook or Google when a campaign flops. But those platforms are just really powerful amplifiers. They amplify whatever you feed them. So if you give them a generic, poorly researched strategy, they're just going to amplify your failure, you know? The problem isn't the tool, it's the lack of a good blueprint.
So, how do we build that blueprint? Well, it all starts here, with the one step that, believe it or not, a lot of agencies just skip: deep fact-finding. This is the absolute non-negotiable foundation for success.
Think about it this way. You would never, ever let an architect start building your house without a detailed blueprint, right? A blueprint based on the land, your needs, all the building codes? Of course not. Well, marketing is no different. Fact-finding is that architectural survey. It's the tough, rigorous work of understanding every critical detail before you even think about building the campaign. And this process isn't vague or fluffy. It's all about getting concrete answers. What are the actual revenue goals? What makes this product genuinely different from the 10 others just like it? What specific problem, that pain point, is the customer really trying to solve? When you gather these facts, you move from just making assumptions to building on a solid, evidence-based foundation. But, just having a pile of facts isn't enough. The next crucial step is to connect all those dots by mapping out the actual path your customer takes. You have to learn to see the world and your business through their eyes. This is where data starts to become a story. Every single customer goes through these stages, but their mindset and what they need are totally different at each one. Someone in the awareness stage, they need education, not a big buy now button flashing in their face. Someone in the decision stage, they need reassurance, a clear call to action, not a long blog post. A winning strategy meets them where they are, delivering the right message at the right time for that specific stage. It's about guiding them, not pushing them. Okay, so how do we take all this research and make it practical? We use a really powerful but simple toolkit, the 5 W's. This is how we build a crystal clear picture of exactly who we're talking to.
First up, who. And I mean, this goes so much deeper than just age and location. We're talking about their job title, their biggest worries at work, their personal values, and even who influences their decisions. So, for a B2B product, your target might be an IT director who's worried about cybersecurity. But you also need to know that they have to justify that purchase to a CFO who only cares about the budget. Understanding that whole dynamic, that's a total game changer.
Next is what. Now, this isn't about your product's features. It's about the customer's desired outcome. You know the old saying, people don't buy a drill, they buy a hole in the wall. A person buying a luxury condo isn't just buying a place to live. They're buying an investment, a status symbol, a lifestyle. Your marketing has to speak to that deeper job to be done.
The why is all about getting inside their head. What are the real reasons, both rational and emotional, that are pushing them to buy? And just as important, what are their doubts? What are their objections? If you know they might be worried about the price, you can build a case for long-term value right into your messaging, tackling their skepticism before they even have a chance to say it out loud. Now, this one seems obvious, but this is where so much money is just thrown away.
Where means knowing these specific channels your audience actually uses. Are they scrolling through LinkedIn during work hours? Do they watch YouTube reviews on the weekends? Are they in niche industry forums? Fact-finding tells you where to place your bets, so you can focus your budget for maximum impact instead of just spreading it thin and hoping for the best.
And finally, when. Timing really is everything. Is there a seasonal buying cycle for your product? Are there specific trigger events, like the start of a new year or getting a bonus, that make them more likely to buy? Understanding this lets you time your campaigns to match their natural rhythm, which makes your message feel helpful and relevant, not annoying and intrusive.
So we've done the research, we've mapped out the journey, and we've built our avatar. Now for the fun part. Let's see how all this hard work translates into a campaign that actually wins. This is where the magic happens.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. It's so clear. The generic approach is vague. It speaks to absolutely no one. Best quality service. What does that even mean? But the fact-based approach is sharp, it's specific, it speaks directly to that IT director's pain point, which is time, and it focuses the budget exactly where they're looking for solutions. This is why insight is so incredibly powerful. It turns marketing from a fuzzy art into a precise science.
And these are the real, tangible results you get from doing that work up front. You get ad copy that actually connects. You get targeting that's efficient and reduces waste. You get a budget that works smarter, not just harder. And you create this consistent, cohesive experience that builds trust and guides customers smoothly all the way from their first click to their final purchase.
Okay, let's bring this all home. Because adopting this strategy-first approach, it really requires a fundamental shift in how you think about marketing and what you should expect from it. Here's the bottom line, right here in a simple chart. Campaigns based on guesswork might get you a few clicks here and there, but the return on investment is always going to be low. But when you invest in an insight-driven strategy, boom, the ROI is dramatically higher because every single decision is optimized to be effective and efficient.
If you take only one thing away from all of this, please let it be this. Success isn't about having the biggest budget or the flashiest ads. It's about having the deepest understanding. That is the single greatest competitive advantage you can possibly have. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. When it's done right, marketing isn't some black hole of expenses that you just have to cross your fingers and hope for the best with. It's a reliable, predictable growth engine. And the choice of which one you build, well, it all comes down to whether you're willing to invest in strategy before you invest in the spend.